Good morning. Welcome to the Kiali version 2.19 community meeting and sprint overview of sprint 16. On today's agenda, we will go over what is being released in Kiali version 2.19 that will be coming out on November 24th, 2025. And then we will have a sprint preview of sprint 17, and then we will go into a community discussion. As you can see, this is our sprint summary for the previous sprint. We have completed a lot of tasks in the Kiali repo, and we have a few in progress and in review. Next, we'll go over some notable changes. First being a new AI policy for contributors and maintainers, which is new AI development policy and documentation for the AI development agents. Next is the custom init containers and containers for the Kiali server pod, which allows the Kiali operator to deploy the Kiali pod with additional sidecar container and init containers, which was implemented through new additional pod containers YAML and the additional pod init containers YAML in the Kiali CR. Following that, we have updated the support for Kubernetes Gateway API to version 1.4.0, as well as the Gateway API inference extension, which is 1.1.0. Next is the server Helm charts now supporting the cluster-wide access being set to false. The server will now get the roles that are created for it in all accessible namespaces defined by the discovery selectors. We also have a new hack script to install tempo in OpenShift in multi-tenant. Some bug fixes that were completed in the sprint was a bug fix in the control plane ambient badging on the overview page. It fixes the logic to determine if the ambient badge should be displayed in the Kiali UI or not. Next is the API fixing the issue with the 500 status code returned instead of a 401, which is now given the proper HTTP status codes during an authentication failure. Third was fixing the getRootNamespace issue, causing log spam and incorrect namespaces. We now have the function returning an empty string when a requested namespace is not part of any Istio mesh. Fourth is fixing the display of the Istio configuration validation in the data plane side panel. Now the validations are properly retrieved and displayed. Lastly, we fixed the Masthead Status Tooltip having wrong and or duplicated component status issue. It's now getting the Istio status calls that are being correctly triggered on the overview and the mesh pages and not tied to the name selectors. This is an overview for the next sprint and what we might have coming up. And as you can see, we have 2 epics in progress and 5 in the backlog. And now we will end the recording and go to the community discussion. Thank you and have a great day.